Yeah, that's right. The man who just announced the results of the Maine caucus is Charlie Webster, the chairman of the Maine Republican Party. Mr. Chairman, the results were only separated by a few votes. It was a small margin of victory for Mitt Romney. Could that outcome have possibly changed because of what happened in Washington County? We know that they canceled their caucuses due to weather and a recent death of a young girl. Could the outcome have possibly changed?
Probably wouldn't have been enough votes cast there. Maybe even 150 people attending. You'd have to assume the votes would have been divided up, so I don't think it really would have affected it.
Well, what's the history of the voting patterns in that area in Washington County?
Washington County is a pretty conservative part of the state, so I think it'd be fair to assume that either Gingrich or Santorum would have done really well there, but who knows?
Earlier, you were giving me an estimate of about how many votes might have potentially been cast, given the history of voting there. About how many might have been cast had that caucus been held today?
I think a high turnout will be a couple hundred. So you'd have to assume that they would have been split up among the four candidates.
So it's possible that the margin of victory could have been even slimmer, perhaps even a flip of the results?
Not really. I mean, I think there was 192 votes between 195, whatever it was. So it's unlikely that all 195 people attending in Washington County would have supported one candidate.
With Mitt Romney only campaigning here for the first time starting yesterday and today, this election cycle, why do you think that helped put him over the edge?
Well, I think people in Maine are pretty independent thinking, and Congressman Paul worked really hard here. His people worked hard. And even though Romney's been here a dozen times in the last 5 years, the fact that he came made a difference.
And how do you think Maine will play in the general election going forward?
I think we have a real shot here, depending on who our nominee is. Maine is not as blue as it used to be. We actually think it's red now. There are pockets where Maine's liberal, but in rural Maine, where we got a lot of working people, they vote Republican.
Do you think some of Maine's electoral votes could split and go GOP, some to Obama?
Absolutely. I think we could win this outright, or we could get 3 votes here. That's my opinion.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot, Mr. Chairman. Thanks a lot. Wolf, there you have it. The Republican chair saying that probably wouldn't have made much difference had that caucus been held in Washington County. Wolf?
Good point, Ari Shannon. Thank the chairman for us as well. Ron Paul getting ready to speak right now to his supporters out there. I want to hear what he has to say. He's going to be walking out more momentarily. A narrow